Tell me about what you got here.
All right, so these are all made by Striper Sniper here. We got a bucktail, we have 3.5 inch shad, and then I got a 4 inch shad right here. Of course, you can get different colors in 4 inch, but that's the first one that I was able to grab there. Every lake's a little different. High Rock Lake seems to be a lake where they like bucktails. Now, time of year does matter. In my opinion, when the water temperature gets really cold, they seem to prefer the smaller baits, the 3.5 inchers. Main reason why is because you get these shad kills that happen in the wintertime, and it's the smaller ones that die off first. And so it seems like they kind of pinpoint the smaller baits in general this time of year. Now last week, bucktails were hot because it's still warm. Bucktails tipped with the snakeworm. Water's still very warm, these fish are very active, and they're after big meals. Caught some of 4 inchers as well, but color sometimes matters, color occasionally does not matter. This color right here in particular, it's one of the new ones that's made. It's I think it's called Glow Truce. I like this one fishing deep. In particular, the Alabama rig on a downrigger. For some reason, when I'm fishing 25 foot or deeper, this color over and over seems to get it done. Generally speaking, any other time, we have the chartreuse with some gold flake in there, and then the pearl white. Now, if the water's really muddy, I will have a solid white out there, or even solid chartreuse. You know, perhaps that as well. But that's my staple right there. This is what I've always stuck to here the last many years, and it has definitely done me very well. Now, with the bucktail, you could also tip it with the shad or with the worm. Now, this is the first worm I grabbed. It's the most popular color around here. Lemon lime is what it's called. You could put white on there. You could also change the bucktail, do all white, white on white, white on the lemon lime. And you can also use blue and white. Seems to be a very popular color out here as well. You know, not just this lake, but some of the other Yadkin chain lakes. But with that said, size doesn't make a big difference with targeting these fish when the water cools down significantly. So the smaller, it's not necessarily the larger the better out here. Sometimes the small ones get it done. So speed is everything what I do here. Ideally, I like to troll at around 2 miles an hour. Too fast, you can still catch fish, but you seem to be at the strike zone, especially the colder it gets. If you go too slow, well, the fish seem to be able to study the bait a little more, and you get less strikes. Not to say you can't catch them going fast or slow, but I found a little optimal range that seems to work a little better than others. This is your standard lead core rig here. A spool has 10 colors. Each color you put out indicates a certain depth. Now there's a formula, speed versus depth, you know, versus weight at the very, very end. I honestly don't follow that formula. I'm just using what I know of the experience. And for me, trolling about 2 miles an hour with a pair of 3/8 ounce jigs on a 3-way swivel right there, I find that going about 2 miles an hour, each color equals about 4, maybe 4.5 feet. So there's a certain depth I like to target out here on High Rock. Every lake's a little different. This lake, it seems to be a little shallower as far as the strike zone. So I want to target, this rod I have in my hand, I consider the deep rod. And I like to target about the 15 to 18 foot range. So I'll stick out 3 colors roughly. So the first color is white, and then the next one's purple coming off the reel. And then there's blue, or aqua, or whatever color you want to call that. There you go. So we're getting to the black, but what you got to realize is you got to have 3 colors in the water. So even though we're halfway in the black, it doesn't mean that 3 colors are out there. So right now I can see that color touching the water. Does not need to be perfect. It can be pretty close. And there we go.